Afternoon, I heard the president during the conference in Bomas of Kenya on the wage bill talk about those who are supporting doctors. And he made a remark that those who support the doctors should pay them. I don't think that is reasonable of him to say that those who support doctors should pay the doctors. But I have made a statement before saying that I sympathize with the position of the doctors. And this is because what the doctors are demanding are not outlandish. They are not out of the ordinary. They may not be immediately attainable. But I think if you take them through the process of discussion and negotiation, they can be resolved immediately or in phases. And going back to the past, and I remember this because I represented the union, the doctors and the dentists in a similar situation when the officials were arrested and detained. And went through a process of negotiation, and that matter was settled within a court framework. The reason why I'm saying that what the doctors are asking for are not outlandish, they're not out of the ordinary, and I believe that they are not things that can make us go into hostility or meet violence against the doctors or talk at each other instead of talking with each other. For example, the doctors are talking about the expedition of the promotion of all doctors who are due for promotion. They're not saying promote every doctor. They're saying those who are due for promotion. And if you look at the number of demands that they have made, if you go through them sequentially, there are demands which can be dealt with within the context of the law and the Constitution. And the government, the national government and the county government have got responsibility and obligations under the Constitution. Under Article 43 of the Constitution, the government, and that will include the national government and the county government, are supposed to provide medical services or health at the highest attainable standards. That's a constitutional remit. So if anything goes wrong in the health sector, by dint of the Constitution of Kenya, we in the county government and in the national government must take responsibility in trying to make sure that the people of Kenya are not denied these constitutional rights. The question of interns, for example, the interns, there was an agreement before on how the interns should be treated. And I think teaching interns casually is callous. These are well-trained people. In other sectors and disciplines, people get their degrees within 3 or 4 years. Doctors take a little longer. And as interns, they provide an essential service in health and in the medical sector. And what they are saying is not really to be paid some outlandish sum. What they're saying, they should be paid what was agreed and which is contained in the CBA. I want to contextualize this with CIR, for example, what we have been able to do. And that makes me believe that this is achievable. For example, all our doctors in CIR are on a permanent and pensionable terms of employment, except those who are seconded to our Department of Health through arrangements with the national government or through other partners. But otherwise, we employ them under permanent and pensionable terms. And this idea of, demanding that doctors be subjected to contractual employment as opposed to permanent and pensionable terms, that will amount to discrimination. Every other sector, people are being employed on permanent and pensionable terms. Lawyers are being recruited on permanent and pensionable terms. Engineers the same, architects the same. So when they say they want to be recruited and employed on permanent and pensionable terms, I don't think that is an unreasonable demand. For example, in Siaya, every doctor who has received admission for special training in any institution of learning or training that is recognized under the Republic of Kenya, we release them, and without any hurdles, so that they get that opportunity, although we contract them to come back after that kind of training. And again, the other thing that we are doing is that we are continuing to recruit more doctors, subject to our budgetary limitations. But the doctors are talking about, the need to employ more doctors, because we don't have enough doctors in public institutions. And, the other thing that we've done as a county is to make sure that our consultants are given the right grades, the right job grades. For example, under the collective bargaining agreement, all consultants were required to be employed under job group R. That we have done in Siaya. We could do better. I am enumerating this as against the demands that the doctors are making to demonstrate that it is possible for us to talk with these doctors and reach an amicable solution, so that we don't get these disruptions in the public sector. A huge part of the country depends on services offered in the public institutions. When they're disrupted, our people have nowhere to go. Finally, I would want to appeal to the national government. There is another complaint that the doctors are making: delay in payment of salaries. For example, in the county of Siaya, we have not received exchequer releases from the month of January. I think we got an advice that we probably may be getting or are getting the exchequer release for the month of January. That translates into delay in paying salaries, including those of doctors. And this speaks to the way the Treasury is running, the financial sector insofar as counties are concerned, and in this case where doctors are complaining about delay in payment of salaries, constant delays. It speaks to the fact that we are not paying our people on time, especially professional as doctors. And therefore, I would want to challenge the president that he should live to the promises he made. These were problems that were there before. They were not resolved. Some of them are historical problems. At the time when he was not occupying that high office, he made statements to the effect that the Kenya Kwanza government would find it easy to deal with the problems like these. But now that he's in high office, it is becoming evident that we are in a financial crisis that we do not want to admit. And if doctors had to be addressed directly on that question, and the Treasury can demonstrate that it cannot be paid what the doctors are demanding, then that would be an appropriate case to make around the table. But this is happening in circumstances where other sectors, including in the political sector, people are asking for more allowances, more salary increases. In the independent commissions, people are getting more salaries, more allowances, and there is no complaint. We are even enthusiastic about taxing people every other day. And yet when it comes to meeting these critical obligations, the government finds it very difficult. So the president should live up to his promise and treat doctors as professionals. And if treats them as professionals, I think this problem can be resolved around the table instead of being resolved on the streets. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
My name is Gloria from Kenya.